Hey everyone, welcome to Shi-Rae. Today I'm going to be working on the maiden voyage for my ship. I have done a little bit of running around, but not a whole hell of a lot. Um, I more just want to figure out the ship than anything. Coming from a an avid Atlas player, I would like to see how similar they are. Um, I have seen a lot of differences so far just playing around in Gen 1. But as of as of the ships being released and actually getting the materials on Gen 1 to create one, I would like to just go through and check it all out and see how she sells pretty much. Um, let's see. Where do I want to go? So we've had a, quite a bit of a rough time on Genesis. Even with being on a private server, we run our own server. And we do have a few things to help out, but still, ARK is still ARK. So, the other day I was actually trying to build a ship dock around the base, and of course, there were alpha megalodons all in the water everywhere. There was about four or five of them. And then when I got back up on land after putting the pillars down under the ocean, there was that alpha carno. So I finally killed the alpha carno, and then an alpha rex showed up. Well, after the Alpha Rex showed up, I thought I was safe, but no, an Alpha Raptor showed up too. So it was just like every kind of Alpha possible showed up on me at one time, pretty much, just one after another. So it was quite interesting. And now I have turrets completely surrounding my base, which I needed those anyway because we are on a PvP server, but we don't do a whole lot of PvP. It's just as people join the server, we try to schedule PvP times. We just don't, we're just not much for the people logging in and wiping people out while they're not online. That's just not our play style. But we kind of just roll with it. We just kind of roll with it, and it seems to be doing pretty good, and we seem to have a lot of fun with it. So let's see, where are we going? More south. So the boat controls seem a tad bit less responsive than what they were in Atlas. Depending on what you're driving, I do know the difference between the brig and the sloop. Um, the sloop is going to turn better, be a little bit faster. Brigantine is a lot beefier, but it also has a lot more drag to it, so it winds up being a bit slower. Um, However, I'm just hoping that I can just open up the map today and not get arced. That's my plan every day when I get on, is just not get arced. But it happens when it happens. I'm still trying to figure out the weight mechanic on the ship. So if you put the cannonballs on there and it says your weight is 12%, Does that mean you have 12% left, or you are only at 12% weight? That is confusing me. I've got to play around and pull stuff off of it and put stuff on it and figure that one out. But other than that, I think I've pretty much got it figured out. It's fairly easy though. I like that you can control everything from the wheel. Being at the helm, it don't limit you from doing anything. You don't have to have a whole bunch of crew and stuff like that like you did in Atlas. I do like the fact that if you're steering the boat, you can control cannons at the same time. That does make it a lot easier. However, I did like having the backup from all of the all of the crew and everything whenever needed. But for the most part, and I still go and play on Atlas all the time, single player. So I'm still an avid Atlas player. It's one of my weaknesses. I really enjoyed the game though. I still do. I think I always will. Let's see here. And just as a heads up, if you see a lighthouse on one of the islands, proceed with caution. Definitely proceed with caution. That means it's a mission area and there are a crap ton of ships that come after you all of a sudden. Just like boom, they're there, they're on your tail, and they will try to eat your face. But it does seem like the brig is quite slow, and I'm kind of wondering if it is because of my weight, or if it's just that big, that bulky. I don't know. So coming from Atlas, and I've got so many hours in Atlas, it's just not even funny. Um, I did like the fact that you had to travel around to collect the different resources. Um, I don't see on Genesis where that's even a thing, so I'm kind of, I guess the only reason you would travel around on Gen 1 or Tides of Fortune would be just for the missions or trying to find the maps in a bottle. Um, I don't know. That one's kind of still confusing to me. I just really liked that you had to travel around in Atlas to do what you needed to do to get the materials that you needed to get to have the upgraded ships and to build the better structures and things like that. I will definitely say though that I do like the game. I do like the Tides of Fortune portion of it. I love the Tide Pups. They're so stinking cute. If I could have one in real life, I would. I would. And I would hug him and squeeze him and call him George. Oh, there's a lighthouse up there. I'm not going up there. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, nope, nope. So we did notice the difference between mine and my husband's computers. So mine is quite a bit older than his. I can turn my settings down, and when I turn my settings down, it removes the fog. But on my husband, even if he puts his everything on low, he still has the fog. So I'm not sure what the difference is on that. But I'm looking to eventually getting a new laptop or an actual desktop instead of a laptop. Because currently, right now, I'm running a laptop. And I have not seen the octopus in the game yet. I'm still looking for him. I know one of our tribe members has tamed one, but I have not seen one just yet. I'm pretty excited about those too, and actually being able to ride them. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, and that lighthouse is red. Nope, not going to that. That's a negative Ghost Rider. So I don't know about you guys, but I also have, like, when I was building around my base and stuff, um, creating my safe space. I did notice that there would be nothing in the water, but then whenever I got in the water, a whole bunch of stuff would like spawn like right there close to me in my vicinity, and it was really terrifying. Really terrifying. I don't know what they've done differently with that. I guess I don't know. I'm not gonna assume because you know what that does. It'll make an ass out of you and me. So I'm not gonna assume why they did that. I'm just gonna say that I don't care for that mechanic at all. At all, at all. I wonder if there's any maps on this one. It don't look like it has a lighthouse on it, so we'll stop at this one. Oh, that one back there has one though. I'm a runner on ground. Oh, yep, and I did. These random rocks everywhere getting in my way. I'm not good with driving boats. I am not good at all. Not at all. That's a pretty cool looking island though. That is pretty cool, pretty cool. Let's drive around and take a look, shall we? Okay, I have to say that's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome, pretty awesome, pretty awesome. I wonder if they're built to where you can actually go in them or if they're just for looks only. Let's go a little closer and see. Sorry, Archelon, didn't mean to run you over. Let's see here. Oh, I got to drop my anchor. Oh, be right back, guys. I gotta let my doggies out. They're getting antsy. Alright, I'm back. Let's see what we have here. Yay, wings! Oh, he's cool looking. Oh, and he's only a 55. I'm gonna run off into the water. Okay, that is pretty awesome. Ooh. Pearls. Oh, that's a lot of pearls. What level are you? 15? I still gonna stay away from you because y'all don't like me and I don't like you. So the feeling is mutual. There's a bunch of terror birds on here. I don't like terror birds either. They don't like me and I don't like them. Actually, I think there's a lot of things in this game that I don't like and they don't like me. Oh, there's a bear. There's a bear. Ooh, I found a crack. Oh, no. Well, I guess that's a window. I don't guess they do have it to where you can actually get into them. Oh, those will be some cool bases, though. Very cool, very cool. Still set up really neat, though. It's really cool. Oh, he's a baby. He's a baby. I have a real baby dino problem. Whether I need them or not, I always grab them. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna fight against it. I'm not gonna get the baby. 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 Maybe if I tell myself enough, I'll convince myself. Oh, yeah, you're going to die. Oh, he's a baby. He's your baby. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get you. Just because I can. Just because I can. Okay, I can't believe that worked. Usually I try to do something like that and I get dead. Ooh, that's a 140. Alright, well, I mean, they're really cool. It would be a lot better if you were actually able to inhabit the buildings, kind of like you do on Lost Colony. That would be awesome. I know on Lost Colony we set up our base in one of the inhabitable buildings, and it wound up being really cool because you could place down the um, foundations and stuff like that, and be able to place all your structures on the inside. That would be nice with these buildings, but I think they're a lot bigger than what they are on um, Lost Colony. No, don't kill the Archelon. Archelon is pretty. No! No, no, no! Die, sharks, die! I saved him! Yay! So I did notice, like, the view for everything with the cyber structures seems to be a little off. If you're on the boat, you can't view anything beyond the boat. It only shows you the boat itself or your ship. But, I mean, I guess fine tuning will come eventually. I just love this cyber structures. It's amazing. It's the only thing that I found that even remotely compares to the Structures Plus from Evolved. There is so much stuff in this water. It is terrifying. I don't know if they have the underwater stuff like Atlas did. Because I mean, in Atlas, there were certain places that you can go into the trenches and go down and collect stuff that you couldn't get from anywhere else. some stuff you couldn't get from anywhere else, but it was a better, it was it was easier to get some stuff down in the trenches because there was a lot more of it. Like I said, I'm an avid Atlas person, so I will be making comparisons forever and always. Because Atlas is my jam. Well, that's a pretty decent sized island. It looks like it has a lot of trees on it, too. That might be good to have a second base. It might be good, might be good. Okay, I'll be right back. Doggies went back inside. These doggies gonna drive me to drinking. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. So it looks like this is a pretty big island, though. This would be a very good island for, like, a tribe to have plenty of space to spread out if they're fairly large. That's pretty cool. I still like the one with the buildings on them, though. Even though the buildings take up the majority of the space on the island, I still like the ones with the buildings. They're so cool looking. Just wish they were habitable. Wish you could build in them like you could on Lost Colony. I just haven't been able to spend a whole lot of time on here like I've wanted to lately. But real life always getting in the way. Oh, that's cool. Cool little multi-tier waterfall. I'm not going to that red lighthouse. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. The feel of the game feels pretty good though. Um, Boats are pretty smart as far as response. The turning, if you're not going, is kind of a pain because you have to raise the sail, lower the sail, raise the sail, lower the sail. But other than that, I like it. I like it. I mean, Atlas will still be the one. It will still be my number one. It will always be my number one. Not unless they come out with something that runs a close race with it. I did think that with Atlas and ARK both being wildcard snail that there would be a lot more um, kind of close similarities between the two. I was really hoping that they were going to have like the different resources on different maps and have the marketplace where you could actually, which they do have the marketplace. I have not played around with it yet on here. Like I said, real life keeps getting in the way. But I do want to play around with it. But I did like the idea of the marketplace on Atlas because it would allow you to swap your abundant resources for ones that you didn't necessarily have. And once you get further along in the game, it requires so much, so it did make it a bit easier without you having to go and travel all over the place to get all of the different resources. So it did make it a lot easier, and I really loved the gatherers on Atlas. I was hoping that they were going to have gatherers on Tides of Fortune, but they did not do it. So it kind of broke my heart. So you're still kind of stuck going to get resources all the time, and it's hard to do anything because you have to go get resources first, and then by the time you get the resources, you change your mind on what you're going to do, and then you use those resources for something else, and it's just a never-ending battle of getting resources. I just kind of like the automation that was in Atlas as far as being able to get resources. I mean, you originally had to find the resources to put the gatherer down, but and on official it was always hard finding where you could place them because they had to be so far from other players and their structures. But overall I really like the Tides of Fortune and the Gen 1. I have not played very much in the other areas yet. It's mostly just been in the ocean because I wanted to do the compare between Ascended and Atlas. But I need to take some time and go play on everything else because I did not play a whole lot of Genesis on Evolved. We did play in the bog for a little bit, doing some of the missions and things like that. But I don't know. I might do a couple of more videos later on, or a couple of more streams, getting everything built up in the other biomes. Well, I guess for now I'm just gonna head back to the base and dock the boat. I didn't get arced. I didn't lose my boat. I didn't die and lose everything. So that's always a bonus. That is a bonus. That is a bonus. When you have a trip and you don't die, that's always a good thing. Always grateful when I don't get arced. Alright guys, well I guess I'm going to end it here. Feel free to look through my other videos. I have been posting some tutorials here and there in between times, in between streams. So if you feel the need to go check those out, they will be there, and I will catch y'all soon.